Whoops, wrong one. There we go, much better. And we are live. Hey everyone, it's Steven from Toast to Mac. How's it going? If there's any technical difficulties like audio not coming through or something wrong with video, please let me know, because I did not do that last minute check. But we got a couple people here right now, Miss Sharon Starkey and Sir Bowler Hat. Great to see you as always. So we're going to give it a couple minutes for people to come in before we begin. Got a lot to share in terms of what I'm planning to do for September. But before we get to that, while we're waiting for people, I'm going to share a little update on the Mediterranean diet. This is the third week, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because the first week of August, I had a little week of indulgence, to kind of indulge in a few foods before I started the Mediterranean diet. So this is week 3. It's still going good. I haven't gained weight, thankfully, although I've been good with that for a while. The weight loss has kind of slowed down just a little bit, where it's like the past couple weeks I've been losing 5 pounds a week. This week I only lost about 2 or 3, give or take, so it's a total of 12 or 13 pounds lost. But that's okay, because that is actually to be expected when it comes to, losing weight. Because losing water weight is much easier than losing actual fat. Actual fat, you're going to have to work more towards. And it's not just about like eating the right foods. It's also about doing the exercises, which admittedly I should have been doing for a while now. So I'm going to starting tonight, I'm going to get back on doing exercises and as part of the routine. So, which is a good thing, because if I was losing 5 pounds a week just on eating good foods and not doing the exercises, that probably wouldn't bode well with my metabolism, because if I could lose weight very easily, I could probably gain weight twice as easily. So it's all to be expected. Things are still going according to plan. There's nothing to worry about. And I noticed that, like, with the breakfast I'm doing with the whole wheat English muffins and olive oil, I actually feel pretty full, which is a lot more than can be said for, like, when I was doing, like, waffles in the past, or, like, butter toast, or a couple of sandwiches in the morning, where it's like, I feel full then, but then a few hours later, I'm starving again. So there's definitely a difference. The big obstacle for me right now is with lunch, and that's really a big obstacle, because I've been doing Subways for a while now, but doing that too many times can be pretty pricey after a while, especially with the one I do. And B, according to my older brother Daniel, Subway doesn't exactly use the best quality ingredients, so it might not be a good idea to keep that up in the long run. So I'm going to have to come up with something else, hopefully something that doesn't involve a microwave, because at the workplace, the microwave's not always guaranteed. So what I may have to do is add something with the fruits and bananas, maybe like eat some peanuts or something like that, or do what my older brother Daniel suggests is, learn to make the sandwiches on my own. And I'll look into that. I'll do more research to see if I can make like a similar version of the Subway sandwich I do, without relying on like toast or like trying to warm up the sandwich again. So I'll get back to you more on that later on. Sir Bowler Hat says, go with Jersey Mike's instead. Do they use better ingredients? I mean, I don't think there's a Jersey Mike's near my workplace, but maybe I can pick it up on the way home. So it is fresher ingredients. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that, see if there's a Jersey Mike's near me, and then go from there. There should be, because I remember a couple times where my workplace would actually order sandwiches from Jersey Mike's and a couple other places, kind of like a thank you for the workers. So I'm sure there's one nearby. Maybe I can get it delivered instead of me driving out, but we'll see. So that is the update for the Mediterranean diet. It's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get started with my plans for the month of September. Just going to tilt that down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So here's the short version. The short version is I am taking a break from making autism videos for the month of September. Usually I plan to do one of these at least one month a year. And this is to basically, let me step back and focus on some other things I could be doing if I'm not working on videos. Now, usually I did this month break in the month of July. So it's kind of like a summer vacation for me. But statistics have shown within the past couple years that September is usually one of the lowest months for viewership. So I figured it doesn't really make sense to keep pushing out content if not many people are going to watch it. So instead of making autism videos during September, I'm going to work on a few other things, which I will tell you today. Now, don't worry about the Friday live streams. You'll still have those. We'll still do the Friday live streams every Friday at 6 p.m. And usually there'll be kind of updates on how I'm doing in terms of the things I'm working on, like the Mediterranean diet, but also the other things I'm about to tell you just a second. So the live streams will be a chance for us to hang out, like always, and also give updates on what I'm working on. So what am I going to be working on? Quite a few things, actually. The first thing that's going to be on my list that I can hopefully get done within the first week is, for the first time ever, I am going to be making ebooks. Now, for those of you who don't know what ebooks are, basically they're electronic versions of the books where a narrator tells you the story or reads off the pages. For those who don't want the actual book itself, maybe they could just look at it on their phone or maybe just listen to it on the go. So that's what I'm planning to do. Now, I'm not doing the ebooks for my books yet. I actually want to make the ebooks for a friend of mine, David Donaldson. And actually, I have the books right here. Hold on. Or one of them, anyway. That's not it. Here we are. Alright, so. Okay, back. Okay. So, for those who may not have heard, David Donaldson's a good friend of mine from high school and has his own sensory toy business called Tiny Dragon's Treasure Trove. I've probably mentioned this several times throughout the year. And what's unique about their flagship product, the plushie dragons, is that each of them has their own storybook. So it's not just another marketable plushie. It's a character with their own story. Kind of like with the Bionicles. When they came out, that they weren't just toys. Each of them had their own story with them. So, within the first week, I'm planning to get ebooks of these done. So that way, it'll give David more opportunities to sell his books. If not the physical copies, then it could be like an online copy. So, that's my first plan, and actually my younger brother Thomas was actually nice enough to save a video for me on how to do a good narration voice. So I'm going to do some research first, and then I'm going to get to recording those ebooks, and then send those audio recordings to David so he can do whatever he needs to. And hopefully that'll help him out with his business. So that's the first thing I'm going to work on. The second thing I'm going to work on has to do with learning more softwares. I want to take more time to go into the tutorials of Adobe After Effects and Adobe Illustrator. Those who've been watching my content recently and may have seen a couple of effects. I created the 3D logo we have now via Illustrator first and then After Effects. And then another After Effects I used was when there was the video about autism awareness and acceptance. There was the effect where I had the numbers count from 1970 to 2023. That was After Effects. So up until this point, I've been kind of dipping my toes in the water, so to speak. Just kind of looking into some cool things here and there. But at this point, I really need to dive into it. I really need to understand the basics of the softwares in order to fully utilize them later on. Not just with, Toastamac videos, but also for a professional portfolio as well. Give me a better chance to, pursue a career in the field I want. And, right now this is kind of a hobby more than a career. I'd like it to be a career one day, but we're not there yet. So throughout the month, I'm going to be looking at tutorials and kind of practicing myself. Maybe I'll share some of the final results in some community post on the YouTube channel, but we'll see. It depends on how much I manage to get done. So that is the ebooks. There is the Illustrator and After Effects I need to learn. The next thing on the list is making content for October. I'm planning for October to be a pretty big year, but it's not for there's going to be this super duper collaboration or business sponsorship or something like that. No, it's a little bit smaller. It's just there's going to be a lot of things that I'm planning for October. So the first thing is, and this may sound left field, but I'm actually planning to do a couple of cooking videos with my mom. And it would probably be more accurate to say baking, because we're actually going to be doing some videos where we're going to be making brownies. One of them is using Greek yogurt instead of butter and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then another one is a Halloween themed brownie where it's like the regular brownie with orange cream cheese. Now, this definitely sounds left field in terms of what content I usually make. But ever since the beginning, I have always told myself I do not want to be a one-trick pony. Variety is the spice of life, and I still stand by it to this day. That's why I'm open to do YouTube shorts. That's why I'm open to when I made the Yu-Gi-Oh videos a while back. I've been doing it for years, and it seems to be working out for me so far. So we're going to be having those brownie videos hopefully in October. Now, I still need to make autism videos during October, so hopefully what I can do is make the baking videos in September. That way, by the time October hits, they will already be ready for you. Sir Bowlerhead says that sounds nice. So it does sound nice. I actually looked up the ingredients, and I think it's a little fun experience for me and Mom to do. I really like creating content with my mom. It's usually fun when I can include family members and friends in there. So it just makes it extra special. A little secret spice, if you will, or seasoning. So a couple of the baking videos there. The second thing I want to do for the month of October is a Halloween skit. You guys have been probably been waiting on this for a while, and honestly, we're a little bit overdue for that. So hopefully I can get some recording done late September or early October. The way I want to do this Halloween skit, the timing has to be crucial. So I'm going to be talking with Thomas. I'm going to be talking with Mom because I'm going to need their help with the Halloween skit. I'm going to be writing the script this weekend. Just get everything planned. So as for why it needs to be timed and why or what the Halloween skit is, well, you're going to have to keep watching Toastamac to see. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just know that I'm planning for a Halloween skit to come late October. So we got the brownie videos, we got the Halloween skit, hopefully. And the third thing I want to do is a special live stream where I actually want to do a giveaway for the dragon plushies. Not only to, give these dragon plushies away to some lucky winners, but also, to help David with this business. So what I'm going to do at the end of September is post a YouTube short. That way I can post it on Instagram and TikTok as well, where I'll be announcing the date and the time, and you can enter the live stream for a chance to win one of the dragon plushies. And I'm not going to mention how you can win until the trailer shows up, because I don't want to spoil it too much, and it's not going to be too complicated or involved, and I might as well tell you a little bit of it. Basically, I'm probably going to be streaming a video game to play, and then people just come and hang out in the stream and tell a little bit about themselves in order to, enter a raffle for a chance to win. That's the basic idea I have right now. So late September, I'm going to be posting a YouTube short for a little trailer for the stream, because I noticed that YouTube shorts get a lot of views, but not that much interactions. So ultimately, the best way to use YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, and Instagram videos, at least from what I've seen, is to advertise and promote stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So we got 3 things coming for October: the brownie videos, the Halloween skit, hopefully, and the plushie dragon giveaway live stream. And that's not including the autism videos that I'm planning to do. So it's going to be loaded. October is going to be loaded. We're going to be eating good. So it's definitely a lot to look forward to. Good to plan ahead. Just don't feel overwhelmed by all of it. Sometimes projects take longer than planned, and sometimes things don't work out. Tackle one thing at a time. Yeah, and it's good advice. That's ultimately what I'm going to do. That's why I want to work on the ebooks first and foremost, because I've been meaning to get to those for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So ebooks are going to be the first and foremost thing. And then the brownie videos are going to be the recording of them anyway. I'm planning for the 2nd week and the 4th week of September. Mostly because, remember, I'm still on the Mediterranean diet and I can't really indulge too much in these sweets. So I don't want it to be like one week after another. I don't want that. So I need to space those sessions out. That way, not only can I make sure the content would be ready, but I also make sure I'm not throwing the Mediterranean diet off course. Like the Greek yogurt brownie video, the first one I'm going to make, I'm not really worried too much, because if this works right, this brownie would actually be far less calories than a regular brownie. Like less calories, less carbs, less fats, stuff like that. So that's not going to be so taxing. What I am worried about is the Halloween brownies. Like it would be perfect to do a video like that for the month of October, but I gotta make sure I'm not eating all of it. Because I'm not sure whether or not it'll taste good, but I know it's not gonna be good for my diet. So it's very important to space those out. So what I may do is maybe during the 3rd week of September, start recording the Halloween skit. At least get started with it. Like, the skit itself is going to be over the span of days, and it's not going to be all at once. So thankfully, this idea of mine will be able to help me divide the Toastamax skit into different recording days, so we don't have to worry about getting it all done at once. So I'll tell Thomas and my mom about it, and we'll arrange some times there. So the month of September, I'm going to be taking a break from making autism videos. I'm going to be learning more about Illustrator and After Effects. Plan to make future content for October, which includes the baking videos and the Halloween skit and the trailer, and also make the trailer for the live stream. So those are basically my plans for September. And I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. I'm pretty sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, there is something I forgot. Very important I forgot. The last thing I'm going to be working on, this is like throughout the month of September, it's just a small thing on the side, is I am going to be doing more voice acting submissions. Like official ones. Because up until this point, I've been sticking with fan-made projects. Like the first voice acting project I got to be a part of is Star Fox's Event Horizon. I highly recommend checking it out on YouTube if you haven't already. It's a really fun project I get to be a part of, and a couple others which I have to keep hush-hush about right now. So I can't say anything about those. But ultimately, this experience has really given me the confidence I needed to, really pursue this. And I took a voice acting class before doing the submission, so I have a few of the basics down. But, voice acting classes can be very expensive. Like, you have to be willing to commit to... Hold on, let me get that light. I swear, I'm going to get that light replaced. So, the thing is, voice acting, be it either materials or the online lessons, that's really expensive. You have to be willing to commit the time and money in order to learn the craft. Like this audio booth right here, that cost me around $1,000, and that was ironically supposed to be a birthday gift for Thomas. Like this big thing right here, that was his idea. But thankfully I've been able to use it for other things, and I got this brand new studio mic in there also, and for the life of me, I'm trying to remember what it is, like a NTA, something like that. It's supposed to be one of the top of the line studio mics. That was a couple of $100. And I got the audio mixer at the bottom, and thankfully that came cheap, but it's still great quality. Must be fun to play the robots that... Must be fun to play the robot that beats up the angry video gamer. I have no idea what you're talking about. I was not associated with the angry video game nerd. I like watching his stuff. I just kind of fell out of it after a while. But, yeah, like, that was... It's basically... It's really a lot of fun working on the Event Horizon project. And, who knows? Maybe during the giveaway stream, I'll share a couple more of those clips. Because there have been a few more videos coming out with the Event Horizon. I got to voice a few more of them. And what's really special about the most recent one, the one with Katina, is... I'm trying to remember his name. John Bailey, I believe it was. But it was one of the original voice actors for Star Fox 64 that actually agreed to help us with this project. He's the same voice actor for Wolf O'Donnell and Bill Gray in Star Fox 64. Let me see. Jock Blaney, that's it, Jock Blaney. So it's really special for me that I get to, work on the same project as someone who worked on one of my most beloved childhood games so many years ago. It's such a wonderful experience. And I get to voice 3 characters in that one. It was Rob64, it was Hound Leader, and also the Venom Bomber. So it was pretty awesome. But now I have the confidence to really move forward with this and really dive into it, because like usually with voice acting, you usually get a lot of no's in it. Like you could put like a whole bunch of submissions and not expect too many yeses. Like I actually remember a long time ago, there was an interview with the Japanese voice actor for Eren Yeager on Attack on Titan, and the interviewers were asking like, oh, you must get a lot of submissions or a lot of yeses and acceptances, or people coming to you for these projects. No, he actually said 95% of his auditions fail. And mind you, this was a voice actor for a main character in what is probably one of the biggest anime series out there. And if even he is struggling with getting yeses, like if he's facing that 95% of auditions getting rejected, then that means it could be anybody. Like anybody could face this same struggle with, getting a yes from the people in charge of the projects. So with the Star Fox Event Horizon project, thankfully I was fortunate enough to get a yes from them. And this was like, I kid you not, my very first submission for any voice acting project. Any! So I was very fortunate about that, but that is not really guaranteed for like other submissions. So now I want to see how well I can do on other projects with official projects. And it's not like I'm going to stop working with Event Horizon. No. I'm in it for the long run. It's just that I want to explore other possibilities alongside this. Really see what I can do. put in submissions on official projects and, see who says yes. So, yeah, a lot of people say that I have a talented voice, and some people would imagine me as like playing a cartoon character of all things. But at the end of the day, that's not necessarily guaranteed. It's all a matter of the project manager needs certain voices, and do I have the voice or not? That is what it ultimately comes down to. So that's going to be pretty easy for me to work on throughout the month of September, because it's not really something that's going to require several hours straight. It could be just, I put a submission there, I put a submission there, I put another submission there. So you see what I mean. So there's definitely going to be, so even though there's not going to be autism videos for the month of September, rest assured I am working on several things right now, or throughout this coming month. So hopefully I could just knock them out one by one, and that way by the month of October, it will be, by the month of October, a lot of the things I have planned in September will already be ready for October. So that way, the October could be a very big month. We get a lot of content. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So, now there is one other thing that I wanted to talk to you all about, and I'm not really sure if I have the time. Let me ask the chat. Chat, do you have maybe a few more minutes, or should we just wrap it up and I can save it for next week? Because it involves something very important, but I'm not really sure if we have enough time, or maybe we could just save it for next week for that. The short version is someone from one of the Facebook groups had mentioned something very interesting to me that it was not brought to my attention until recently, ever since the autism and eye contact video. So we'll give it a few more minutes, see if anyone has time, but if not, we could just go ahead and wrap it up. Up to you. Yeah, let me think on that for a minute. Another thing I gotta remember with the Mediterranean diet is drink plenty of water, because a big thing is with, not just with the Mediterranean diet, but also like health wise, you really should be drinking a lot of water in order to, hydrate your body. And the other thing is that if you're not drinking enough, you actually get too much saliva buildup in your mouth, and that can actually affect when you do voice submissions. Like, if you did not drink enough water, or maybe you're not doing anything with saliva, it's going to come out in their audio recording. You're going to notice it. And it's like, once you do notice it, you cannot unnotice it. Like, trust me, I tried. Like, ever since Thomas pointed out the spit in some of my lines, when I look back at some of the older animes I watched, and I hear it, I hear the saliva, I hear the spit, I'm like, Thomas, why do you want to point it out to me? Like, I could never hear those lines the same way ever again. It's like, oh, it's a great, like, oh, there's spit. So yeah, you gotta remember to drink plenty of water. And the other thing I do before I deliver lines, both with my autism videos and, audio recordings back there, is that I eat a couple bites of granny apple, the green apples, because the juices in those green apples actually help with cutting down on the saliva, allowing me to, deliver clear, clean lines and not worry about so much spit. So, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it here for today, because it's like the more I think about what I want to tell you, the more I realize, this is something that I need more time to talk about, and I would actually like you all to come back next Friday at 6 p.m. because this is something very important that was brought to my attention, and I want us to have plenty of time to, have a discussion about it. Talk about, like, if you agree or disagree with this or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it here. So thank you very much, as always, for watching this live stream. If you enjoy what you see, consider liking and subscribing to Toastamac and clicking the bell icon to stay up to date in our latest videos or whenever we go live. And if there is time on September, I may think of something to, improve the quality of the live stream. Maybe have like a countdown for the live streams. That way you're not just waiting for me to pop up at random and go, hey, you actually have a countdown to how much time before the stream actually starts. And I want to know if, like, I might be able to play some music in the background. Like, would you like some music to be played during these live streams? Maybe the quietness right here is just maybe a little too awkward. Maybe you want to have some relaxing jazz or blues music to listen to as we're talking during this live stream. You gotta let me know in the live chat, or maybe just let me know in the comments below, because if you would like for me to put on some music, I'll find a way to put on some music. There's plenty of things in the YouTube studio where I have access to various audios and music pieces, so I have no problems with, playing music during these live streams. Something to relax, unwind, take a breather after a long week. So, you can just let me know if you're interested in that. But for now, play some Slayer, and you gotta deal. Wait. I don't know about that. Like, I'm pretty sure that might get me in trouble copyright-wise. Like, I want to make sure everybody has, like, a good time. I don't want to be breaking any copyright laws or getting strikes. Or like, oh, your YouTube's taken down because you play too much copyright. Oh, Sharon Starkey says, no music, too distracting. Oh, okay, that is a legitimate point. Well, yeah, so for now, we could just stick with no music, but if at any point people want, maybe to change things up a bit, I'm also open to that as well. So, well, we'll see. We'll keep playing it by ear. And I feel like I made a music pun somehow, but I'm not going to draw too much attention to that. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next video or live stream. Well, no, it would be until the next live stream because we're not going to have new videos until later September. So until the next live stream, see you later. Oh, wait. I would not be able to concentrate on what you were saying. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So, thank you very much for watching, and have a good weekend.